Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You like the way kick things back here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast. With your host 501 Joey Shakes. What is going on, my man? How are you?
I'm good, man. We're 1-0. We feel good. We got the rest of the league playing tomorrow, and we feel comfortable right now just to sit back, watch some football this weekend. And we want to know from you guys, obviously, questions. If anyone has any questions regarding just the roster in general, what happened in the game on Friday night. And, we went over a lot of stuff yesterday, but we want to keep you guys up to date. So,
yeah. What is going on, everybody in here? Thank you for joining Scotty, Leon, John, Dave Dust, Takeem, Austin, Robert, Clark, Big Ben, John, thank you. Donnie was here. Little G Griffith, what is going on? You're an uncle, right? Congratulations. Tony, Crowley, equals what?
you, just you.
No, he's an uncle.
I know. I get it.
He tells me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's cool, man. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up here. Witch King, what's going on, man? How are you? Trav, Jay, Fade Gaming, what's going on? Jules, Mike, everybody. Anybody that I missed, I apologize. It's good to be back. We are 1-0, sitting pretty. Obviously, there's a lot of things that got to be fixed, and there's a lot of those things. But I mean, we got to talk about the good stuff, because the good thing is we all knew this was a big game. We all knew that this was for an early season game, like a first game of the year. Like, this could have tremendous playoff implications. Now that you hold the tiebreaker in the event that you have the same record as the Packers, I think we're sitting pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jordan Love, it has an MCL, I guess, going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So at least it wasn't that serious. So hopefully it's not going to affect the team. But, it sucks.
No, it's good. I mean, it's really, I'm glad that it's only that, because I thought it was going to be a torn ACL. That's what I thought it was going to be. So I'm glad that he's going to be back this season. ACP Baller, what's going on, my man? But they're gonna have to go with Willis, I guess, right? He's gonna be their backup. So
yeah, Tim's his time to shine.
Yeah, Dallas was hoping. They don't want to see Green Bay again in the playoffs, so they were hoping it was for the rest of the year, but it's not. So Green Bay will be around. They'll be around.
Yeah.
OG Kush, what's going on? Member for 17 months says, "Go Birds." Go Birds is right. Go Birds is right. Witch King says, Colorado getting exposed. Yeah, I got the Colorado-Nebraska game on. 14-0 Nebraska. They're kicking their ass right now. I'm watching. If you need a good offensive lineman, you watch Nebraska. Simon says, it was an ugly win. Yeah, an ugly, beautiful win. An ugly, beautiful win. JD Sports on David Super Chat goes, give me 2 games you were looking forward to watching. I always look forward to the Eagles-Cowboys game. That Kelly Green Cowboys game is going to be absolutely fantastic. I don't know. I mean, just pretty much every game on the Eagles schedule is I look forward to. Tomorrow that you got the Cowboys and the Browns. That's in Cleveland. I don't know. Cleveland's supposed to be a good team. They should win that game. But then again, you never can rely on Cleveland for anything. So that should be an interesting game tomorrow.
Yeah, their defense the Browns' defense should really do a good number on the Cowboys. I would hope. We'll see what the Cowboys look like offensively. So,
right,
it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Big Ben says we need 100 more likes. Yes, we do. I don't know what to I don't know what to think of with the Browns. So I don't know that you could put your faith that they can go and win. They're just the Browns. They always disappoint. Danny Davis Super Chat goes, I know you saw Reed Blankenship who can't cover. Yeah, how about that? Reed Blankenship playing zone there, did a good job. Getting an interception. That was a great interception, by the way. I thought Reed Blankenship played fantastic yesterday. I thought he played really, really good. You know, and then I think I got to tell you, like, I rewatched that game. Zach Baun, he's the real deal, dude. This wasn't just a good game. Like, he's going to be like this all year. You could tell. He is this year's Van Ginkel for Fangio.
Yeah.
He just is, you know.
Yeah.
Asia Robertson, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome to Dingbat Nation. Welcome back to Dingbat Nation. It's good to see you.
What if Zach Baun plays if he plays like this? I mean, that's 11 solo tackles, 15 tackles, 2 sacks. What if he plays like this for another, like how many weeks do you give it? Like, do you feel like you have to re-sign him? Like and can't wait till the end of it. Not like right now, but I'm saying
I'm ready
5 weeks down the road. Yeah.
No, I say do it now. Do it now because I'm telling you, he's just so athletic, right? He's fast, he's athletic. I think he's going to be productive every game. He might not be 15 tackles and things like that, but I think in general he's going to be pretty good. I think he's going to be like Van Ginkel was for the Dolphins, and so. Yeah, I mean the Eagles, if they want to get ahead of it, sign him now. Because now to me, you have linebackers on this team. I think he's a legit linebacker. I think I'm not giving up on Devin White, even though everything's kind of crazy with him. Nakobe Dean's coming on. I mean, Nakobe Dean gets a pick 6. His whole trajectory of his career had changed in that instant. And it still might, but all of a sudden, the linebackers, I think are okay. I think they're going to be okay, and I think we're going to continue to see Baun play this way.
Look at the Reed Blankenship pick. I mean, even like as soon as it was crazy because the athleticism with Zach Baun. I mean, they had Zach Baun all over the place. They would line him up on the edge. They would line him up on the edge as well. The guy could edge rush. The Reed Blankenship pick, like he just started at linebacker. He just went backwards, real quick to get into coverage and had gotten in the way of that throw. And just fantastic.
I really wonder when they signed him, was it just one of those things where they signed him, got him in, and said, "Oh, we gotta take advantage of this guy."
Philly,
or did they see it beforehand?
He was a role player for the Saints. That's it. Like he was an edge rusher, transitioned to a linebacker. Had a couple picks last year, like flashed a little bit, but that's a really good signing. Like Fangio's talked about him pretty much since the beginning of his introductory press conference, the first name, but we didn't really see enough. He got some snaps in some preseason for a series and 2 games, and it really wasn't much to look at, but man, that's a steal.
Yeah. Damon Knight, a member for 3 months, he says, all I'm going to say is the NFL is in trouble when this young defense comes into form. They're very talented and scary. Youth is a secret weapon. Oh, I agree with you. I agree. I think the defense is what I thought it would be. Early on, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to give up points. They're going to give up yards. But as the season goes on, they're going to become better and better. Pathology, my man, what's going on? He goes, Dean was pretty good. Yeah, I thought Dean was pretty good too, man. I thought that one hit on that running back, man. Holy crap, he crushed them. It was good to see, man. It was good to see. Charles, thank you for the super chat. He goes, just rewatch the second half. He goes, sir, first half turnovers turned me to drinking. What a debut for Baun and Q. Love the whole defense attitude last night. Yeah, I do too. I think there's a lot to go on with the defense. I thought Quinyon Mitchell was, for a rookie, his first game, I thought he was spectacular. I don't even move him back inside, Joey. I'm just leaving him there at this point.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately you're gonna have to move him just because Isaiah Rodgers has to play, and Isaiah Rodgers has not played on the inside in training camp. There's not a lot of corners here. Your only backup is Avonte Maddox. And I think, Q is a good upgrade at nickel. But, yeah, I agree, man. I really want to keep him on the outside. But I think you still have an upgrade. I think that the secondary will be better. Even I think Isaiah Rodgers on Twitter today had said, you think I was a healthy scratch? I was only going to play at 50% if I did play. So, he's ready to come back. And, we'll see how he does. But, I want to keep him on the outside as badly as you do. I really do, because this is the future here at outside.
Yeah.
So.
The Umbrella Man, David Super Chat. Hey, how you doing, Joey in Philly? What's going on, my man?
What up, dude? What up? Yeah.
Twitch says, Agent, thanks for Barkley. Barkley. I mean, we'll get into Barkley. I get. I mean, there are things to clean up, especially on defense and offense, both. But to me, the continuing worry about the defense is going to continue to be the edge rushers. Now, people keep saying, well, it was because they were sliding and slipping. Maybe that's a part of it. But until I see those guys produce, it is a concern. I mean, we had 2 sacks yesterday. Both came off of Baun blitzing. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's true.
Witch King, a member for 49 months. He goes, as much crap as some of our fans give to Sirianni, he has the team 4-0 in season openers. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Although I do have a major problem with Sirianni and the preseason, how that offense came out during those first 2 drives, like with the rust in the first quarter. You can't just ignore the preseason anymore. You got to take advantage of it, and that slow start in the first quarter to me is a direct result of Sirianni making that decision. So
even if it's even if it's a series, like sometimes we were asking for more reps in the preseason games, like maybe a couple series, maybe a quarter, maybe a half. But at least if it's a series, at least they're in for a series. At least the defensive guys, like Fangio, wasn't sitting anybody. Like guys were going to play. Even just think of it. Jalen Carter going into this first game only had 3 snaps in preseason. That's it. You know what I mean? Then you're you thinking that the defense. I thought the defense was going to go through its growing pains more than the offense the other night, but total difference.
Real Eagle David Super goes, not many teams have 3 turnovers and still scored 34 points. I know. I mean, we have just tapped a tiny bit into how potent this offense can be and will be.
Mm-hmm.
I expect them to be better every week going forward. Bald Eagle, thank you for Super Chat. Because notice how the defense and the offense line played up to standard or above expectations. What do those things have in common? Sirianni has no control. Yeah, I hear you. I thought the interior of that defensive line was really good last year.
Here's what offensively what I've kind of noticed, and you have to take it back when Kellen Moore was the coordinator for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott did almost the same thing with Zeke. It was almost identical when it comes to that read option offense. I feel like they're doing a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think changes have to be made where you have to give Jalen Hurts that support. The empty back set we had in the red zone where, there's really no safety blanket. There's not really much help putting it all on him. If it's 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, and you're just still throwing the ball, you got to run the football. I mean, you got to use Saquon Barkley, use anybody at this point. Give Jalen Hurts help. I don't even care if they still, even with the push tush at this point, like not even to use it all the time. You have a healthy back in Saquon Barkley that could push the pile all on his own. I mean, it's almost unstoppable. I think they just have to make things a little bit more clear and a little bit more simple on the short throw game. And obviously having read options not a bad thing to use, but it feels like if you at least let teams know that Hurts could keep it when he's really not, it's still going to be you're going to keep the defense on their heels that way, and that's why Barkley's going to have be very successful. So we'll see. But
Trey Diesel, thank you for the Super Chat. He goes, I need Hurts to be more consistent. It's either really good or it stinks, and I hate it. Defense way better than I thought it would be. Good, go Birds. I mean, the defense is why. Thank you for Super Chat. Defense is why we won. Because in that first quarter, they kept us in the game. To only give up 6 points on those 2 turnovers were huge. They were huge. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
What is it? So Pickett, quarterback number 1. Pickett stinks. Baun is a hitter, man. Yeah, I like Baun. I just watched that game again going, man, he's so athletic. How did the New Orleans Saints not see that athleticism and use him? Because I don't think this is like a fluke game. Like, I don't think this is like damn it, what was the one linebacker we had a few years ago that everybody was like, oh, he's got all these tackles, but he really wasn't good. It was just that he was having to make tackles because our line wasn't good. And then he went to Denver.
Alex Singleton.
Yeah, I thought he was overrated. I don't think this is a case of that.
You called him baby arms, didn't you? You called him baby arms.
Yeah, baby arms. Right? That's right. That's not. I don't think he's this. I think this guy's legit in this system, playing where he wants. I think he's going to be like this all year, dude. I do.
Yeah.
Dylan Jordan, member for 12 months. Thank you so much for supporting. It was not a home game. Offense was booed when on the field. Unfortunately, it wasn't a home game, but unfortunately, it goes into the record books as a home game.
Technically.
Linda, what's going on? Was it me or Avante Maddox was in a lot of the long yards played for Green Bay? Yeah, I don't think Maddox had a good game at all.
No.
You know?
Mm-mm.
Philly 500 hates Kenny Pickett 7 and silences his supporters. No, I don't silence his supporters. Only jackasses that keep
the same guy with 10 million accounts that says
Shizzle Flex David Super Chat goes rewatching the game right now and Hurts throwing that pick in the end zone up 5 when you can take a third and be up 8 difference in title or not low Q. Wait, what? Is the difference in a title or not low IQ? I think it was a bad decision. I think it was a bad decision to throw it. That was the only real throw I had major problems with Hurts. I mean, Hurts wasn't perfect. I really believe the first quarter that I believe all that was rust. That all that was because you did not play. But there were times where some of the play calling, I don't think, and I don't know if it was Hurts audibling out of stuff, but where it looked really, really bad. There was a 1st and 11, a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. They go to run Saquon. Hurts keeps it. They lose 2 yards. The next play, he throws a pass to Devontae on the sideline that should have been a pick 6. The defensive back dropped it. The next play, he throws the interception in the end zone to A.J. Brown. Like, there were sequences where it was like they looked really good, and then it was like 3-4 plays in a row where they looked completely horrible. Like, is there something in the play calling that they're doing that when they call these specific things, it throws him completely off or something?
Yeah. We've talked about putting a team away, too. That was the moment, that pick in the end zone. Now, I know he was pointing to AJ. It looked like AJ slipped. I don't know. I rewatched it. I don't know if he slipped going for the ball and he slid a little bit too much where he was out of position. But look, if that's not the case and he should just threw the ball out of, he should just threw the ball away, then you put 3 points up, it's 3 points. But if you get a touchdown, you score 6 and get the extra point, you're up 2 scores, 2-score game at that point.
Right. But those, they tell you not to throw back across your body like that. Though.
You shouldn't.
So
no.
It takes time for the ball to get there. So you have to throw that really early, have a really big arm to get that. And it was a little bit late on that throw, and it's just a bad decision. And it's one that I don't think he'll make again, I hope. Energy drink reviewer David Super Chat goes, what are they going to do with Brown on defense? I mean, I'm sure they're going to be able to work him in, but it's going to take him a while to get back and then be at full speed. So I just see him as a backup for this year.
That's fine. He'll be back. I mean, he'll be cleared hopefully by the week 5 when we're on the bye week. That's when he should be back, and then we'll see where he is. I don't think he's gonna start yet. They'll maybe work him in a little bit, but that means if he's on the active roster, then they're gonna have to get rid of somebody. So there'll be a big decision that has to be made if he comes back. So we'll see.
Yeah. Try David Superche goes, we played sloppy and still put up 34 points. Probably should have had 50. Yeah, well, they could have had a lot more points. Let me try to catch up to this stream, the chat. Shizzo, David Superche goes, if we're keeping it real, Hurts is the weakest link on offense, to be honest. He must be better. Turnovers cost you double in January. Number 26 might be our best player. Yeah, listen, Saquon Barkley is a stud. I'm so happy to see Saquon doing what he did because I thought Saquon Barkley would have the same impact that Christian McCaffrey had on the 49ers. And I think you saw it last night, when it was late in the game and they had a chance to score a touchdown to clinch it. It was like 3rd and goal. Why they go and do a push tush when you have Barkley who's just killing it right now? Like those kind of things, you gotta lean on Barkley. But as far as Jalen goes, I think Jalen was very inconsistent last night. I think he'll get better. I expect him to be better. The first quarter, like I said, was just all rust. It was all rust, man.
I believe it.
In my opinion. Sidney Brown will be back after the bye week. So that's 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Mark saying if we use Barkley like that, he'll be hurt. Mark is a moron. He's just all he does is look for excuses to still believe in his own team. Bleeding Eagle Green David Superche goes 2nd and 1, and we didn't run with Barkley at all after. Yeah, I mean there's like what I want to know are they using I know Kellen Moore's calling the plays, but is Sirianni making him install things from last year? Because there are times where it looked like that's the same offense as last year. Then at times it looks totally different. And every time it looked like last year, it was bad. Why go empty set shotgun? And you're trying to, it's like 4 minutes and 30-something seconds left. You're trying to kill clock. You're going empty set shotgun so they know you're going to throw. Why wouldn't you have Barkley back there at that point? I don't understand what they're thinking.
I noticed during the game, too, that Sirianni was holding this little mini playbook thing, and he was checking things off during the game. So I don't know if that is something where he communicates. He had you didn't see that?
No.
During the game? Yeah, he had I gotta see the clip, but when it was when they showed him, but he had this colored playbook, which it looked like a colored mini playbook in his hand. And he was checking off things after a play was done. They would see him checking off something. I wonder if him and Kellen Moore are on the mic kind of talking to each other. And then maybe at certain moments that Sirianni is installing a specific play he thinks is right for this specific moment in the game. I hope that's not the truth, but why is he holding a little colored playbook?
Oh, Nick Sirianni said we have to run this play.
Yeah.
If they're doing that, then that's a big problem, dude. Because there were times where, and it was never like one play off and then they come up big. It would be like 2-3 plays in a row, and then they would punt and then they would get the ball back. But it was always like in consecutive plays where they just went into the funk, and then they look great again. Then it was like you do these things. It's very weird. Dylan George David Superche was let down by the defensive line. Go back to the 4-3 defense. They're not going to go back to the 4-3, but I actually thought the interior of the line played pretty good.
Yes,
I thought that the edge rushers weren't getting home. Now, people are going to say that's the field. We'll find out, but I was disappointed in the edge rushers. Where was Huff? Didn't see Huff. Didn't see Nolan Smith. Didn't see any of these guys. So
Sweat was the only one that was noticeable in the game because he got held a whole bunch. I think Sweat would have had a few sacks. So I thought he looked good and got pressure. But everybody else, no, didn't see anybody.
Yeah. Also said Barkley hasn't had 3 touchdowns game since 2018. His explosion is back. Well, the thing with Barkley, people give the Giants too much credit. They were never that good. Their offensive line was always shit. Their quarterback was shit. Their receivers were shit. And really, the only reason 2 years ago they went to the playoffs was because Saquon Barkley carried them into the playoffs. That was it. And he did that all by himself. Now he's got an offensive line. there were a couple plays, early runs. I don't know if you saw where he danced. He got the ball and started dancing, right? And it was funny because I said that would happen because he's not used to having holes open up immediately. He's used to having to get the ball and immediately make the first person miss. And I think he had to adjust to, no, I got to go. I got to go. And once he started doing that, dude, he just started tearing it up. He is going to be an absolute force.
Even Barkley said at his press conference after the game, he said that, even on the scouting report, he thinks like, there's more to worry about with that offense besides him. He's just a piece of it with everything else involved. Like, our team's going to really counteract towards it, really, and try to plan for him in these games every single week, where you have, like I said, so much more to worry about in this offense. Even the tight ends really weren't. Calcaterra had a nice wide open pass middle of the field in the fourth quarter. I mean, Goddard only had 30 something yards. He didn't really have this big game. He had the screen pass, I forgot, and he had that one catch there. So tight ends weren't totally involved, but they ran a lot of double tight end sets too, because Dotson wasn't in the whole entire game either. So
no, well, we'll see. Listen, I think they got to get better on offense. I think Jalen Hurts got to get better, and I think he'll figure it out. I do. B-Mac, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Hurts will be fine, not worried. I agree with that. Defense showed a lot of promise. Got to be patient. Fly, Eagles, fly. I agree. I mean, defensively, I came out of this game going, man, the defense to me actually looked better than I thought that they were going to look. I expect them to give up yards. I expect them to give up touchdowns early in the year. But I expect them to get better as the season goes. When they came out and they kept that team in, it could have been 14-0 like that. And they kept us in it. It's hard for me to kill the defense. It just is,
Yeah, said the same thing.
It is, So we'll see. Dylan Jordan Davis Super Chat goes, they were dropping Huff and Smith into coverage. Let the linebackers do that. If they are in 4-3, the guys at the edge can simply rush the passer. I agree with you on 4-3. I prefer a 4-3 base. But that's not what they run, though. That's the thing. So I don't know that they'll switch to that. Those guys are going to have to be better. Huff is going to have to be better, and so is Nolan Smith. Now, where they slip it on the field, I can tell you the one touchdown that Jordan Love threw, the big one. Huff slipped. If Huff doesn't slip, he can't step up. And so, we'll see. We'll know a lot more about these edge rushers against Atlanta. They go out there and have a big game, I'm not worried about it. But if they go out there and don't do anything, then it's something you got to start thinking about.
Right.
Mal, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Maddox is a new Bradbury. Yeah, I think Maddox, man, I don't think he can plan on that big ass toe. Because he can't cut, dude. He's got no ball.
Yeah, he got beat almost every time.
He stinks. I as soon as they get DeJean ready, get him in the slot. Well, you need Isaiah Rodgers back, right? So Quinion probably slides back into the slot, I guess, is what they're going to do. Yeah. But I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I would tell Rodgers, you know what? You're gonna have to back up him up.
Because what if Rodgers has a bad game for his first game coming back? What if he hasn't played since? I don't care what they did in the offseason. It doesn't matter anymore. I saw enough ugliness for one day offensively. He hasn't played. It's been a year and a half. He hasn't played. I mean, that's how long it's been.
Yeah. I tell you what, dude, Quinion Mitchell, dude, he talks his shit. Like his, he's got the right attitude to play corner. I love that kid. He's going to be good.
Yeah, great.
Webfoot David Super Chat goes, can we shout out more motion, middle, and running back pass? Absolutely, yeah. Shout out to Kellen Moore on that. It was so nice to see that they threw to the running back out of the backfield on that Barkley's first touchdown. I mean, that was beautiful. It was beautiful.
How about, here's another thing. How about kick returns? Why? I don't even think we talked about this. Why is Kenneth Gainwell on kick returns? I think you have Will Shipley and Kenneth Gainwell as you're starting two back there. I don't get the whole infatuation with.
I don't know why
Kenny
can't
G
Kobe
back there.
do kick returns.
just don't do double duty. So, I mean, even Covey was involved on pre-snap motion a lot, but they never threw to him. So you saw him in motion, I don't know how many times yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Dewan says, Q is the real deal. Why move him? Yeah, I wouldn't move him. That's it. What I saw from him on the outside, that's it. Because the Green Bay's got some good receivers. And I thought he did a hell of a job. Now, the only reason they do it is because they want to get Isaiah Rodgers on the field. That would be the only reason to do it. But I'm content with keeping him inside, letting Rodgers start taking snaps in the slot. You know, but I'm telling you what's going to happen. Avonte Maddox plays slot now. If Mitchell stays on the outside, that means DeJean's going to be in the slot at some point this year.
It's got to be playing soon.
Gainwell, I am not. You know, what did he get? 1 carry.
He got a first down.
He
on the
nice pass.
Yeah, he got a nice pass. Yeah.
They love Gainwell, boy. They can't get enough Gainwell.
26. How many carries for Barkley? 26. Was it 26 carries?
Oh, I think 20. I think he had 26 total touches. I'm not sure.
Total touches. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Nico says, Joey, you're in New York. When do the Jets play? Can we be affected? We can be affected still with that shit with the Reddick in the next season if he pulls a no-show. He ain't playing versus the Niners. He's out.
They play Monday, right? Monday night.
That Reddick thing's ugly. That thing's getting
He's
really
still
ugly.
not bad. He's still not back yet. It's bad, dude.
No, at this point, why even bother? You know.
Oh boy.
I would still let Q get slot reps. Don't you all want him there just in case CeeDee Lamb plays there? We can move. Oh, you want to put him right on CeeDee Lamb. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, boy, I tell you what, it's different playing on the outside and playing in the slot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind letting him play both, but I think more importantly, instead of worrying about just one player, I would like to keep him on the outside. But they're not. I don't think they're going to do that, though. You know, I think they're going to be whatchamacallit. Reddick don't give. He went ruining. Hey, Reddick don't care, man. I don't think Reddick's coming back anytime soon.
I don't
Colton
either.
says, Joe Shakes, I loved how Jalen and Kellen handled the blitz. It wasn't the prettiest way. Different vibe than last year. Yeah, definitely a different vibe. Listen, Jalen will get better and better. I mean, there were some mistakes made. I think things will get better. I really wonder how much that field affected him also, because he didn't look very fast to me last night.
Didn't look comfortable
And
with
he
the ball in
looks
his
way
hands.
faster than that. So I don't know if it was just the field or what.
And Hurts did good against the blitz. He was
But you know
5
what's
for
going to happen, right? I mean, they're going to keep blitzing. They're going to keep bringing blitzes. That's what teams are going to do every week until he starts beating it.
Yeah, but he did good.
He'll figure it out.
He did good against the blitz anyway.
Reddick is pulling a Belichick move. Remember when the Jets hired Belichick as head coach, and then Belichick wanted out immediately? Well, he went to New England, right? He got hired by both or something like that. I forget exactly how it went. Philly says we have a lot of things to get fixed. We do. We definitely do. But at least we don't play until Monday night. So we don't play until not this Monday, but the next Monday we play the Atlanta Falcons at home. So, I mean, I think by then we should be even better. I don't know how good Atlanta's going to be either. I mean, they got some players on their team, but Kirk Cousins, Monday Night Football, nah, I don't trust them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust them. So we'll see. Thank you for being a member for 4 months ago. I don't blame Maddox for Watson touchdown. He is bigger. I just thought he was bad, you know. Mo says, why you ignore Joey, bro? What's he talking about?
I don't know.
Joey, I can't hear you.
You can't?
Yeah. You guys hear him?
Hello, hello, hello.
Now I hear you.
Yeah. You hear me now?
Now I hear you. Yeah.
I was saying before, against the blitz, Hurts was 5 for 7 for 71, so it really wasn't that bad. He was actually good against the blitz the other day.
Yeah, to me, it was just a lot of rust. I thought there was really there was a couple bad decisions, but I don't know. I think Hurts is going to be fine. B-Mac David Super Chat goes, Q is a stud, has star all over him. Love his confidence. I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bet Saquon touchdown? I did, yeah. I bet it was, 7? The over-under on 7 touchdowns for the year? He's already halfway there almost. Yeah, I bet that.
He'll get it.
And the yardage was like just over 1,000. I got that too. So that prop bet, I'm hitting. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Phil, you keep talking over Joey. Stop. All right. I did. I don't know.
I don't know when that happened.
If I did that, I apologize.
No, you're good.
Eagles need a real quarterback. They got a quarterback. Eagles got a lucky break on a bad holding call. Really? Please don't tell me about bad calls, because there were a lot that they got away with Green Bay last night.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, there was the
Baun one?
Was roughing the passer. It was
the Baun. Zach Baun. Yeah.
There was totally nothing wrong with that play.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Bro, we are making too many excuses for Jalen, blaming the coaches. I'm a huge Jalen fan. I don't care if we are empty set on a short down. You can't throw the ball. There was some bad decisions. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. There were bad decisions, but I think they're all fixable things that I expect him to fix during the year. You know,
we got to give it another week. We have to give it more time. You got to give this thing a few weeks when these guys haven't played preseason. So as much as we're going to be pissed off in the moment against Jalen, but we need to give it more time.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hey, Philly and Joey, Eagles Nation, baby. 1-0 feels good, man. Got to give me a shake in your seats on the shakedown. Woo.
Huh?
Give me a shake, Joey.
What the fuck is a shake in your seats?
Colton says 500 Joey. Hurts was amazing with motion, not good without it. According to Next Gen Stats, both his touchdowns were in motion, and both interceptions didn't have motion. Simple. Interesting. That second interception, though, you just can't throw that ball. To me, there was no excuse for that play. That was just bad, you know. But
yeah, really bad.
We'll see. Buzzaldi says Jalen will be fine. Same goofballs complain like they did 22 when he outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean the least of my worries right now is Jalen Hurts. If we're at week 6, week 7, and okay, the same mistakes are happening, yeah, then I think there's reason for concern. But I really don't think one game I'm going to come down on Jalen Hurts like that. Like, there were times where I thought he was exceptional. Then there were times where he made some bad throws, bad decisions. There were some really bad sequences. I don't know why, and they're going to have to get those fixed.
Yeah.
Philly, did you hear that Love expected to miss 3 to 6 weeks? Hopefully he heals up ASAP. But I know. I'm so glad that he's okay. And I can't believe, did you see the death threats to Carter and how ridiculous is that, dude? Like, Carter didn't try to hurt anybody.
The guy standing up, like, if a quarterback needs to go down, whether it's the second to last play or not, you got to go down. Like, all you're trying to do is stand up, trying to make a play. Would you give Jordan Love respect for that? But it doesn't matter. Like, guys are going to bring you down in any shape or form. They twist you into a pretzel going to the ground. Just go to the ground, man. Like, that's the only way you're not going to get injured.
Random Anton says, this does sound like we said last year. Hopefully we'll get fixed. It does. You're absolutely right. And we said the same thing last year. Hopefully it's preseason. Hopefully they get this stuff fixed. And they didn't. And because of it, they got rid of the coordinators. So now we're back at it again, where they didn't play at all in the preseason. So it looks like they're rusty. And we're saying that again, and we'll see how it goes. Because to me, if if it doesn't get, I mean, if we're at week 6 or 7 going on the second year of the same stuff, then that's a problem. That's a problem. You've changed the offensive coordinators. You've changed the defensive coordinator. So at that point, there's only 1-2 guys to blame, you know?
That's true.
Last night's game didn't feel near as bad as the game last year. Yeah, the game last year versus New England was like we had a good drive, right? And then we had an early turnover. We looked good like first 2 drives, and then it was like nothing. We did nothing the rest of the game. This game, I mean, you were putting up points and moving the ball still the whole game, you know, but they were too. I mean, I think people forget. I think people forget Green Bay is a good team. They're a really good team, dude. They are.
They are.
Miles Davis super chat because Joey seems a little shaky about Hurts.
I'm not shaky. It's just, you know, just some of the bad decision making. Like Philly said, it's just some really bad sequences. Hopefully this is just rust. Hopefully it's just not playing in preseason, the offseason program, which me and Philly did not agree with how they did it this year. You can have the practices as demanding as hell and have a joint practice with, which is pretty much one practice, but you know, it's a little alarming, but hopefully this was their preseason. I mean, I'd have to say to help them gel, to hope the whole offense really gelling together. So hopefully that was it. Hopefully we don't see more of that and it gets better. So I'm not worried, but it was a little alarming when it was happening at the time. So
yeah, and we got over 1,000. We got 1,061 people in the chat. Nice. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like, make sure you subscribe. If you're on my channel, click that link in the description. Go sub up my man Joey Shakes. Dylan Jordan, David Superchat goes, give Lane his flowers. He also saved us from an interception. Lane saved us from an interception? I don't remember what happened, but I mean, Lane Johnson is a stud. So
he got Jalen killed on that one
play, though.
He got Jalen killed in that one play though, because when the guy jumped off sides, he thought the guy jumped off sides. The ref didn't call it, and then he just gave up on he didn't even block. I don't know. He did jump. Dude,
the guy was off sides. There was a push-tush sequence where they lined up in a neutral zone. There was another play where, I mean, they were holding the whole game, getting away with it. There was one play where the guy literally had Carter wrapped around the neck. And, like, Carter was running forward. He was, like, almost, like, on his back. And it's like, how do you not call this? I thought the refs stunk last night, dude.
Yeah, they weren't good. They weren't good.
King of Kings, David Superchat goes, 500 does. This is absolutely true. My mom's probably bringing me a sandwich soon. 500 does Joey live in your basement? Joey doesn't live in my basement, but he might live in his own basement.
I live in my own basement.
Yeah. Brooks, David Superchat goes, definitely need more trick plays this year. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, Carter carried 2 guys. I mean, it was some plays in there. Like, there was some calls were bogus. I thought the Zach Baun penalty was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, Carter got held, too.
He hit the guy with one step.
To the chest, really. Nice.
Yeah, to the chest. It was crazy. There was a pass interference on Quinyon Mitchell. He had nothing. He didn't do anything. The ball literally went behind the guy, and the guy was trying to turn around, and he called it on him. It was just some bad plays, you know. The design on the 26 touchdown pass was so freaking. That was a great play, that touchdown pass to Barkley. But that was Kellen Moore, dude. You've seen that play with Zeke Elliott before he became old and basically need a walker. You know, they used it. They used it, you know. Yeah, Saquon and Baun were they were my 2 stars of the game, without question. Now, let's see. The toilet smoking. All right, that's a new name. David Super Chat. He goes, "What's up with Devin White situation? He's on a toilet. I don't know. He's hurt. He hurt his ankle, right? Was his ankle, and he was out. I assume he's coming back this week. I hope. You know.
You think he starts? Think he starts though?
No.
Really? No.
You don't think they put him in front of? How are you going to take Nakobe Dean off the field? He
Just
was good
saying.
last night.
I
Yeah.
know.
Now I think you could put him in certain situations. I think the way they like to blitz the linebacker, I think he's great in those situations. But I mean, I think it's kind of hard to take Nakobe Dean off the field. You're definitely not taking Baun off the field. So,
Agreed.
We'll see. Show Dean some love, bro. Played like 2000. Oh, Dean was awesome last night. He was great. I mean, he almost had that pick six. If he picks that off, then nobody's going to be talking anything bad about him anymore. But I thought Dean was really good last night. And I really loved the shot he hit that one running back with was great. Dean was good last night, man. I have no complaints. Was awesome. All of a sudden, we have linebackers that I think are good. I like Baun. I like Dean. I still believe Devin White could play. And, you still got Trotter Jr. I like what they have at linebacker, My thing is the edge rushers. That's what I need to see next in the next game. I need to see Bryce Huff show up. I need to see Nolan Smith show up. I need to see Josh Sweat show up. Baun had 2 sacks. Nobody else got close except for the only other guy that got close was Jalen Carter, who got close like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, close, very close.
But I mean, Carter was like literally like a half a step from having 2 sacks in this game himself.
Yeah.
King of Kings, every super chat, he goes, Joey, did you see a big change with the plays?
Yeah, specifically with obviously the receiving game with the running backs, and I mean the short passing game was great. Making things really simple for Hurts, pre-snap motion, But then obviously we saw the sequences of last year's plays, whether it's a tight end screen, whether it's a bubble, whether it's the read option keeper that just seems to not work. That teams are prepared for it. I think that's the one thing they kind of need to change, not to take the read options out, because it definitely gives attention for defenses to know that Hurts is either going to keep it or give it to Barkley, and Barkley will be more successful because of that, plus great blocking from the offensive line. What'd you think of Mekhi Becton and the offensive line in general?
I liked him. I thought he looked great. I think he's gonna be an all-pro right guard. I really do. I think he's going to be that good. I thought the offensive line also got better as the game went on too. Like everybody clearly was rusty early on, but they started to dominate, especially in that second half. Which is why I think they could have actually fed Barkley even more. But that one touchdown run by Barkley. Nobody was near him. The run to the right. He goes, what was it, like a 16-yard touchdown run or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought Becton was great. I thought he was good. Nick Marquette, David Super Chat, he goes, how concerned are you with Huff? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most concerned, I would say I'm about a 5.5 right now. I'm kind of even right there. I'm saying, okay, maybe week 1 was the field, but let's see week 2.
I would say a 3. I would probably say a 3 just because, I feel like I have to see another. Just like you, I think we have to see another week. I know there's something there with Bryce Huff. I don't think he's going to be a bust signing at all. So I would have to give it another week on dry turf. So
yeah. Styles says, I'd say Huff and Sweat couldn't get around the edges because of the turf. It was so shitty. How they have to get low leverage. Yeah, and that's what I'm banking on. That's why I'm not more concerned. Because I do remember the one play that they scored a touchdown. I thought it looked like on a drier field, if he doesn't lose footing, he might have gotten a sack on Jordan Love. So, we'll give it another week because, next week they'll be on a much better field. And we'll see what he does against Atlanta. If they come out and they don't do anything against Atlanta, then I'm going to be pretty concerned.
Yeah.
500 Mahomes, Jackson, Love all have bad. Yeah, you're going to have bad sequences in the NFL. It's the NFL, And when you change in coordinators, you have a new coordinator, and you haven't played it all preseason, I think those things happen. So I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts right now at all. Like I said, if this is week 7 or week 8 and the same thing's going on, then they'll be concerned.
Let me ask you this: what's worse? Okay, Lamar Jackson missing 2 wide open receivers in the end zone, or do you take more into Hurts throwing a pick? Which is worse? Like, which is where you really lose it? Is it 2 wide open guys in the end zone, or is it Hurts getting throwing a pick in the end zone?
Hurts going pick and compared to what?
Compared to Lamar Jackson missing 2 guys on 2 consecutive.
No. To me, you can't miss those guys. They're wide open. Mm-hmm. To me, that's worse in a way, because that would have won the game, right? You're talking about winning that Kansas City game,
right?
That would have won the game, but he missed them. Hurts in the clutch usually comes up pretty big. That throw he can't make, but that Lamar Jackson throw he has to make, and he didn't make it. And that would have won they would have won the game most likely, or at least they would have been tied with a chance to either go for 2 or go into overtime. So to me, that's worse. What about you? What do you think?
No, I agree. I think Lamar Jackson missing 2 wide open guys is definitely worse. If Hurts did that, forget it.
If it's in the second quarter, that's one thing. If it's at the end of the game to tie the game, it's a whole different thing.
Right.
I don't believe Jalen Hurts misses that throw in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. That's what I think. Ishmael, thank you for the super chat. He goes, new name, AJ Optimus Prime. There you go. And Saquon Bumblebee. We got Transformers. There you go.
Yep.
Thank me later podcast. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. Ojomo was disruptive. I thought the Ojomo was good too. Yeah. I really actually did not have a problem with the interior.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to overtalk. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No. I was looking at something online real quick. I thought I saw something before.
Fabio, thank you for super chat, because Barkley needs to pick up the blitz a bit more. I have to go back and look at all that. But I'm sure there were times. I mean, teams are going to keep blitzing and blitzing and blitzing. So I'm sure there were times he missed something.
Right.
We should trade Kenny Flickett to the Packers. Now they down quarterback. I don't think they want him.
Any team's quarterback that gets hurt, everyone thinks like Kenny Pickett's gonna get traded. Like
nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. I mean, if you were trying to get a quarterback and you go and you look at the preseason tape of Kenny Pickett, what would be the reason? Unless you're selling gloves, what would be the reason? They're keeping
him because he's cheap, because you're not paying $5 million like you did to Mariota last year. That's the reason why too.
Listen, if Pickett has to come in for any games, Barkley 35 carries. That's what I'm gonna do. 35 carries a game. King of Kings says, I can't wait to watch the Cowboys fail tomorrow. It's going to be glorious. We will be streaming it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think Love's out with something
MCL.
His MCL, right?
Mm-hmm. Grade, probably a grade 2, grade 3. I don't know what it is.
I'm not sure. They said 3 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Davis Super Chat goes, I've been saying Barkley's McCaffrey 2.0 for us. Yeah, that's what we've been saying here too. And he looked ever the part. Mark his roundtable Cowboy bums, none from Texas. That figures.
1 second.
41-33. What's going on, my man? He goes, that turf changed opinions of the pass rush. Everyone would have been pissed concerned with the pass rush if we played at home. Very worried about the pass rush. Yeah, that's the reasoning and the excuse this week is the field was the problem. And they may be right. I honestly don't know. But I think the Atlanta game will tell us a lot. If the Atlanta game's the same way, I'll feel exactly like you. Jacob, David Super Chat goes, hey, Joey, my mom thought you and her were going to Brazil together. She's pretty upset with you. What's up with that, Joey? I
didn't go to no Brazil. Everyone said it was nice over there, by the way. A lot of people said great
sure
things over there.
Just don't tweet or you'll be in jail. Fabio Davis Super Chat goes, Lane lost by the edge and Barkley left having a sack. Gotcha. And Davis Super Chat, they'll fix it up. They'll fix it up. KSF3455. Thank you for Super Chat. My first Super Chat. Well, thank you so much. I expected a shootout with Green Bay. The field and the refs affected the game for the defense. We shouldn't struggle with Atlanta. Yeah, I don't think we should struggle with Atlanta either, especially on Monday night, getting some rest.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be high scoring, so that's not a surprise. I actually thought the defense played better. So, no, I mean, I think overall it went kind of what I thought it was going to go. You know, I said Barkley would have 165 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he didn't have that, but he had 3 touchdowns. Jay Wheels Davis Super Chat. He goes, I traded for Sammy Longsleeve Pickett. Trade is possible. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. You got some Packer fans crying about Jalen Carter's being dirty player on the Love It. Yeah, and it wasn't dirty at all. He was just trying. I mean, Love was fighting to keep the play alive, and Carter was trying to get him. He wasn't trying to hurt him. It wasn't. No. You know. Thank me later podcast. Thank you for Super Chat. He goes, even though the defense was bad, I feel like it's a different feel than last year. Like we're really tackling. We're giving not taking them. Yeah. I understand. We're not taking the eggplant. We're not getting the eggplant. We're taking the eggplant. Is what it says. Is that what he's? Yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
Taking.
Yeah. We're not bent over the couch. Is what he's saying to us. I agree. Are both you all married? No, not both.
I'm not.
I am. Tim says, for people who say Barkley's injury prone, what does it? I don't know. Barkley was seriously hurt a couple years ago. He's been fine since. I think he's fine. I mean, Christian McCaffrey played like I want to say like I don't know. He missed like 16 games in 2 years or something with Carolina before getting traded.
Bad play, yeah.
Yeah, Joe says 500. Joey, what's your take on the illegal formation calls the refs are calling? It's going to slow up the game. It's a good thing for the game. No, I think it slows up the game. I think it gets to be too much, dude. And they call it too much, and it slows down the game, and sometimes it's over the littlest things that does not affect the play. I think penalties, that affect the play or the outcome of the play are the ones that they should be focusing on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get the whole motion thing. Like when two guys, I think illegal motion was what? Like there was 2 guys. I think there were 2 guys at the same time moving. On the line to scrimmage, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know the whole rules with the illegal shift or motion. I know there was some illegal shift penalties as well. I think Green Bay had a couple of them. I know maybe the Eagles had one. I don't remember, but
there was a bunch of them. CJ David Super Chat goes, Huff got $50 million. There's no excuse about the field. We're acting like he's making Nolan Smith money. Who's making good money as a first-round pick? I will compare him to 7 as long as he's making 7 money. He ain't 7, CT.
No, he's not.
No, he's not Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick closes that game out in the 4th quarter. There's no question about it. He's not Hassan Reddick. We'll see what he can develop in.
You're talking about a 110 sack season and a really heavy rotation as pretty much a 3rd down edge rusher that Fangio took him out of position coming to the Eagles, not even just an edge rusher, but in pass coverage. So he took him out of position. He took Quinyon Mitchell out of position. He took a lot of gambles with a couple players of this defense. So you're not going to get those numbers. He could have a 10 sack season. I'm not saying he can't, but I think you have to give it another week. And I think if you didn't see any of these edge guys even have any type of production, even a sack, then we have to say it's the field. But another part of it is you have to say that maybe there's just not enough and they have to go after somebody. We've talked about Yannick Ngakoue. If I say his name one more time, my head is going to freaking explode because I feel like we keep talking about the same thing. So trade deadline still here, have some weeks left. See if they make a move. That's it.
Khalil Mack, baby. Khalil Mack.
Yeah, it could be another one.
Antonio Holmes says, was Edrin Cooper an impact? Not impact. I heard his name mentioned one time.
Not much.
So I would say no.
Mm-mm.
New Era, thank you so much for Super Chat, my man. He goes, 2 goals covering the Eagles. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, New Era.
Appreciate that. Some Giant fans are mad. They're saying Barkley has a mediocre game. Are you insane? They were tweeting after, like, the first 2 carries that he stinks. And then they had to delete their tweets. But Barkley's awesome. 500 Huff should have sacked Love if he didn't slip 3 times in a row. Well, there was that one play. The one play I remember is where Green Bay scores the touchdown. He slipped, tried to get up and slipped again, and then Love stepped up to where he would have been and threw a touchdown pass.
Right.
Listen, the best way for us to go forward with the edge rushers and to really get on them, let's give it a few weeks. If they do nothing next week, if they do nothing the week after, then we got a problem. You know, Josh Sweat being one of those guys.
Right.
Nate,
you gotta have a big
Bruce,
year.
Thank you for the super chat. He goes, 500, what's up? What's going on, my man? He goes, I love the content. What's up, Joey? Question, what linebackers are available that we can get to replace Huff if we need to? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, there's not much trading for. I don't know. It really depends on what the leftover contract looks like. He's going to look for a guy that's maybe got a year left that needs to prove himself, maybe a guy that has flashed. I don't think you're going to go crazy on getting the best linebacker in the league, but we talked about Khalil Mack at age 30. I don't know how old he is, 17 sacks last year, where they probably should have traded him while he still had high value right after the season. So waiting this long, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Do you think they passed up on Matthew Judon? Do you think they really passed up on it?
I don't know. I don't know what the story was. I mean, they were at New England's practice and he was still on the team practicing with them. So they probably had an idea, and just must have. Yeah, they must have.
Yeah.
I mean, they were there. They were at New England's facility. You can't tell me they didn't talk about it at all.
Right.
KSF, David Superchick goes, refs flag formation, but let Green Bay hold all day. The holding was brutal. It was. Sewer Blaze, David Superchick goes, what up, guys? A lot of work a lot of work to do, but oh my God, yeah, Saquon's a stud. Saquon's awesome. I'm so glad that we got Saquon. Jimbo Slice, thank you for super chat. Goes my first super chat. Thank you. Philly 500. I've been high on my boy Nakobe Dean. Been sticking by his side the whole time. Can we talk about how good he was? No, I mean we talked about Nakobe Dean. He was great. I mean, the only mistake there was a couple pass plays he got beat, and he dropped the interception. But other than that, I thought Nakobe Dean was fantastic. When Nakobe Dean plays downhill and can just attack, I think he's really, really good. He's good enough where I'm not going away from these 2 linebackers going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, he played nasty. He played physical. I thought as a downhill linebacker, I think he's great. It's just when he gets in the coverage, that's really the weakness. I feel like he's not good at it. That's just me though.
Yeah. 31-7 says, remember that. 31-7, remember that. Says, breaking news, Dak Prescott wants $65 million a year, no less per reports.
Give it to him.
Give it to him. Yeah, give it to him. Pay up, Cowboys. We'll see what happens to them. The toilet smoking. Thank you for super chat. Atlanta took both Judon and Simmons from us. Now we got to verse both of them on Monday. Yeah, we're going to go up against both of them. And you know what? We'll take them out. Speaking of Barkley, just for you guys know, I forgot to tell you this. We got these Barkley shirt here, right here. Philly Shakedown podcast merchandise.
Yes.
Check the link in the description. Barkley jumping over Met Stadium as it's burning down because they're done. So check it out. Link is in the description. I love that shirt. I really, really do. So wanted to show you guys that.
Yes.
So let's see.
Who are the Commanders?
Whatever look like that. No, go ahead. What are you saying?
Who are the Commanders playing this week?
Who is Washington playing this week?
Giants, Vikings.
Giants,
and those horrible jerseys, by the way. They're playing in those 100th anniversary horrible fucking uniforms this week.
I forget who Washington's playing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Because I was looking at it today. I was going to bet it, and I can't remember.
People are saying Tampa Bay.
Oh, is it Tampa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Minnesota. Yeah, they play Tampa. And we'll see. They're in Tampa, so they'll probably lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Toilet Smoking says Atlanta, both Judon Simmons, but I read that one. Let's see. Yeah, somebody said the last comment was, did we ever think Zach Baun would look like that? No, I did not. I thought he was purely a special teams guy for the Eagles when they got him. My question is how did New Orleans not see this? Because he's good. And I don't think it's just he had a good game. Like, I think he's going to be effective like that all year.
Yeah.
Bald Eagle David Super Chat goes, 3 touchdowns in the new offense. I'll take that, quote, mediocre. Also, why would Carter make a dirty hit late in the game? If he wanted to do it, he would do it in the first. Yeah, I don't think he did. I mean, it makes no sense. Yeah, I agree with you, Bald Eagle. Big D says, 500 Joy, why are there so many Eagles complaining about the game when a lot of changes have been made to the team? I personally think it wasn't bad. Good starting point, a lot to work with. Yeah, a lot to work on. No, I agree. I agree. I think I wonder sometimes if not playing preseason, it makes people think, well, the coaches must think that these guys are playing so good and they look so good they don't need to play in preseason. And then the expectations rise, for these guys. And then they get out there and they haven't played together. I mean, is it a good idea that when you have a new coordinator, you have a new center who's snapping the ball to your quarterback, is it smart to not even give these guys any reps? It doesn't seem.
And that's why when you get into a first game, like every fan is saying this offense has really no excuse at all because of the offseason program that we cannot continue this anymore. A series for each game, maybe not the third game, but a series for at least 2 games. And then we talked about it yesterday because Fangio actually has said, let's do a couple joint practices. Let's face a couple different teams for each week.
Right.
Which I think is still would be even better. At least do 2 practices for one joint practices, for one joint practice, and then the second one do like 1 practice, 1 walkthrough. I don't know that they got to do more than what they did.
Yeah. King of Kings, David Super Chat goes, do you have it in Kelly Green?
I don't think it comes. I think there's certain shirts not in Kelly Green because depending on the design, it kind of. Some colors just look really bad with some of the background designs on some of the t-shirts. But if you want to email me, just email me. It's in my YouTube profile. Just check it out and email me, and I'll.
Professor Chaos says the Giants' 100-year anniversary jersey looks like a Confederate uniform. Oh my God, it does.
Horrible.
Yeah, it does. It does look bad. And thank you for that super chat. Giants versus Vikings. Yeah. What are your plans for tomorrow?
I'm putting up Halloween stuff in the morning, and then gonna watch football the rest of the day. Really,
watch football.
So.
Yeah, I'll. For those that want to know, I will be streaming the Cowboys versus the Browns tomorrow. I'm not going to stream the Giants game. I decided not to, and then I'm probably going to stream the Monday night game as well. So I think that's Jets Jets Niners. So I will be streaming Cowboys Browns. If you guys want to come hang out with me tomorrow, it'll be fun.
What time?
Be sitting
Time they
back
play?
enjoying the day. What's
Is
that?
it prime? Is it prime? Cowboys
It's 4 o'clock game.
Oh, okay.
4 o'clock. I don't know what channel it is. I know it's local for me. So if you guys want to come watch it, you're more than welcome. That's for sure. Bill, David Super Chat goes, how tasty were the Giants fans' tears yesterday? Oh, it was beautiful. and it's only going to continue. You know, Giant fans, too, they think that their team was, like, they overrated how good the players around Barkley were. And you know, Barkley's got talent now, so he'll be fine. Is there anything? We're over an hour in, man. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I think that's it. You know, we could sit back and relax tomorrow, watch some football tomorrow, see how the rest of the division goes. And you know, I'm excited, man. This is a good start. And I think you know, obviously some things to fix that, you know, and hopefully they're you know, got some young players, their feet are a lot more, you know, feet wet in this game that we had. And we're ready to go, man. We're gonna be ready for next Monday night. Couple Mondays, but
yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. Fun week. I got a couple bets that I have parlays that I hit the first leg of last night during the Eagles game. I got to hit tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting. But thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for all super chats, all you guys hanging out. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Click the like on both channels. Link in the description if you're on my channel. And with that, we're going to get out of here. Go enjoy the rest of the evening. And then get ready. I'm going to shut this Colorado game off because they're getting blown out 28-0 at halftime. But we'll be back tomorrow for some football and things like that. With that, yeah, let's get on out of here, Joey.
All right. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care. We'll talk to you. Peace. Be out.
Peace.
Oh, yeah, plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad, no!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the Lamb. Trying to feed the Lamb. You tried to feed the sea lamb. You got to give it to sea lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.